Welcome to Last Week in Warframe, a series where I keep you updated on the past week of Warframe, from announcements made by DE that don't necessarily warrant their own videos to community fan art posts and updates. So without further ado, let's go over Dee's announcements and news from the 19th to the 25th of May. Starting this week's episode off, we did have Devstream 128. First, they showed off again the experimental finishes that Steve previously tweeted out, but on stream they did state that it would only occur on the final enemy of the fight, and that the final enemy would be a rare enemy type that will have, quote, extended drops. Rebecca also commented that UI fixes and improvements to the screens updated in Update 25 may come out in the upcoming weeks, but we'll have to wait and see. The devs also said the following in regards to Update 25's Farming Nerf.
So at New Hairstyle, please explain in detail why the Necros, Hydroid, Korra, and looting interaction was suddenly nerfed despite being in-game for years. So that's the first question. So I think that is the trickiest part about having a 7-year game, is something that has been in the game for so long to decide it's a bug and then change it. So if we go into like our message archives, there's a lot of, but it's been in the game for so long, we should just leave it. And typically we do. And this is one of the cases where we didn't because of the Chessa changes with the double dipping.
Yep.
It was basically decided that the Chessa loot shouldn't be able to loot a body that's already been looted.
That's right.
And then someone noticed, well, all loot powers to a degree do that.
Double loot.
Yes, from a body. So single corpse, you can get 2 loot rolls from it. That's no longer the case. So are we going to roll it back? If not, are we going to be changing some other things just to do the hug kick mentality? What are our thoughts on this?
You're using the raw internal lingo.
I know.
The hug and kick. It doesn't really sound so pleasant.
Welcome to Devstreams, where things are pleasant.
Yeah. I don't know. I think Scott and I were talking about it yesterday as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
I can see him smacking his lips here.
I know, wishing he had a beer
Wishing he had a beer.
instead of a coffee.
I would say I don't know if you're going to get a strict rollback, but we're going to look at it more closely. You have been heard, and we do take it seriously. I don't think we're going to improv the solution on the stream here right now.
Great.
So
Yeah, people don't like when I do that.
we don't like when Scott does that. Also, I think reasons for that would be we don't like when people are pushed into a corner for what type of loadout to optimize too much. We'd like people to have more choices in the game, and that's generally where the spirit of nerfs and fixing old bugs comes from.
Yep.
So that is why we do these insane things and piss you guys off. But we'll definitely look at it again. And rather than letting something get so many kicks at the can, is it better to kind of rise all boats or something like that?
There might be something there.
Yep.
A new work in progress Warframe had also been shown in-game, however it was only animations and visuals. This Warframe being the runner frame that had previously been mentioned in Magamu's interview with Steve and Rebecca. This frame has a unique mode with a placeholder named Redline that retracts and modifies parts of its body. As for the animations, they previewed a clip of its agile animation, the concept art, and during a live preview of said animations, its first ability that, according to Rebecca, will increase the frame speed, but that speed will be throttled with a UI segment. Another Warframe had also been shown via concept art and a background, and Scott said this frame likes to eat and digest things and carry them around in its void stomach, and commenting that it is a Kirby Frame. They also said that the weapon shown in its concept art will also be available for players to use. Primary Kitguns still have no ETA. Series 2 of Nightwave, as teased multiple times previously, will be Infested themed. Melee 3.0 Phase 2 or Phase 3 won't be released before Tennocon. There are no plans to rework the game's damage system, to which they reference the previous attempt to rework the damage system. They had a minor discussion on rewards, which I'll play for you now.
So I think the R word, rewards, comes up basically every time we release something new, every time we rework something old, because it comes down to, once they get everything the new has, what are they going for? And arcanes have a longevity because of the way they're designed. You need multiples, they have RNG. Ribbons have longevity because of the way they're designed, despite issues you may have with them. And the question becomes, what is the next school of that is going to feel like an interesting reward chase for Warframe? And I think we really are under...
And finding those, I think, breaks up people's builds, right?
Yes.
So that changes what people want to put in their frames and their weapons and stuff. So when we have aha moments and those show up, then...
Yeah. I think the Exila slot was the last one we did. That was really kind of changing to build variety. Interesting. What are you going to put in the
Umbra stuff too.
Umbra stuff as well.
Yeah.
So
Umbra Forma from the last Nightwave.
Nightwave, yep.
So there's little things we're doing. I don't think there's anything major.
like there's no major school of rewards like in
no major reworks of the base system.
Understood. But
Even some of those amalgam mods just having kind of forces a little bit of a different build style, right?
Yeah.
So
right, like choosing between serration or amalgam serration because you want to change it up a little bit.
that's right, little tweaks.
Little tweaks. All right. Yeah. So we're trying. We're experimenting. So.
Yep. There's other thoughts.
All right.
Rewards are about half the design conversations that we have.
Yeah.
Probably.
Easily.
Yep.
Easily.
Rewards definitely dominate our minds
Yep.
as well as our players.
Yep.
An update to the Wukong Deluxe Skin had also been shown, with Jeff commenting it is in its sculpting high poly phase. In relation to Wukong, it was also announced that his rework will be coming with the updated melee combo control scheme. They'd also gone into the changes coming to the frame, offering the image and preview on your screen. His first ability will be replaced and will now create a clone of Wukong. This clone will use the opposite weapon to that of what the player is using. If you are using a pistol, the clone will end up using its melee. This new ability will be under the title Hair of the King. His second ability, Defy, will, quote, lose its role as the stay alive forever power, end quote, and will be a taunt and redirect damage ability. However, the invulnerability will remain, but players will need to be more tactical, as they stated later on in the Devstream. The third ability, Cloud Walker, will remain the same, but will be faster and provide a damage buff upon exit that will increase the longer the player remains within the ability. The fourth ability, Primal Fury, will adapt Baruch's meter, get a damage increase, and when used in combination with Hair of the King, the clone will receive a version of Primal Fury. Primal Fury will also use the updated melee combo control scheme. Pablo had also shared on Twitter that Wukong will get a Defy Augment with its rework, and that the first ability augment will be replaced, and he is working on said rework. The Corpus ship tileset is currently being remastered. The Ghoul Sawgun and Nox's gun are still a possibility for release to players via the heavy weapons system, but there is no ETA on that. Prime trailers were brought up again, and once again they said they fell behind the ball. A Saturn VI tileset may end up being a reality, but that was only a discussion during the stream. Crossplay is not on the radar, but cross-progression is across all of the platforms. They also showed off a real-life Clem bobblehead that will be for sale at Tennocon. And to finish up the Devstream segment in relation to the new war, a total of 4 concept pieces were shown for a sentient tile set, but to add to that preview, they also had a walk around the work-in-progress tile set that is being created around said concept art. Now a timestamp to this walk around will be in the description of the video. And lastly, Jeff did state that the new war is definitely this year. Now, outside of the Devstream and prior to the launch of Update 25, Steve went live on Twitch, and during the stream, he showed off a work-in-progress peculiar mod that projects comic book onomatopoeia upon the enemy's death. Update 25, the Jovian Concord and its subsequent 3 hotfixes had also launched last week, and there were a lot of additions, changes, and fixes. And due to their length, I suggest watching my videos on the patch notes or reading them yourself on the forum posts. Now, Operation Hostile Merges also launched alongside the update, and it ends on the 3rd of June at 2 PM Eastern Time. Now, since Update 25 was a large update, you can find the feedback Megathreads for Wisp, the Disruption game mode, the Ropalolist boss fight, and a Megathread for bugs. Links to each of those are in the description or in the pinned comment if there are too many links. Now for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch players, your respected platforms' cosmetic bundles have now ended. Those being the Renown Pack 15, Prestige Pack 13, and Esteem Pack 1. Rebecca commented in reply to a user's post about arbitration rewards and mission types, saying the following. We have months worth of data on this that exactly confirm this, and we are using it to measure out improvements to the next round of arbitration changes that should come later this year. A fix for Nintendo Switch's freezing will be released inside your next certified release as well for Nintendo Switch players. For developer Twitter posts this week, we had D.E. Taylor commenting there is no ETA for the console release of Update 25, and like usual, they will keep you updated on any of the progress. D.E. Danielle also commented that the Fey Path ephemera will be earned via a different method for console users, so Xbox One, PlayStation 4 and Switch, but that method may not release alongside the Jovian Concord for each of you. Now, DE Steve also replied to a player's request to revert the Orbiter post-processing changes that came in Update 25, and Steve said the following: "Can't do. It matches the game color system now, so it would be weird to switch it back." DE Steve also replied to another user asking about console certification and hotfixes, where the tweet thread read: The user: "Wait, I'm confused. Do you guys have the ability to drop content and updates on all platforms like Nightwave? Do you guys just hold back on it?" Steve: "Yes and no. We can update certain types of content on all. Most art, some scripts, some data tuning. Executable changes require certification on consoles." So the user said, "Can't you release hotfixes without certification though?" Where Steve replied, "We use that term pretty loosely. Sometimes a hotfix is just fixing a Warframe ability script or adding new content, no cert required. Sometimes we need to do C++ or native code changes, so off to cert we go." And to finish off this episode, we had a tweeted video from DE George with the caption, "So the Warframe Devstream was cool, but check this. An example of what our new 100 kHz microphone can do to throat singing. No plugins used, just pitch and slowed down. Imagine the possibilities."
All right, now let's see what we got here. That's crazy. That is the Sanken CO100K mic recording at 192 kilohertz and then pitched down. And that's what the throat singing sounds like.
Anyway, that does conclude this episode of Last Week in Warframe. If you found the video informative, make sure to leave a like. If you think I can improve upon the series in any way, shape or form, make sure to leave it in a comment down below. If you want the channel glyph, they are available up on your screen. They are one-time use codes. If someone has already redeemed them or it doesn't work for you, that means someone else already has. So you can't use the code. And if you missed out on last week's episode, you can click the annotation on the screen right now. It'll take you right to it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.